students, in this session I am going to explain you haloform reaction. Not just what is haloform reaction, I am going to explain you very logically why we have to use this, what is the purpose of using a particular reagent. If you know the reason of using a reagent, okay, then no need to by heart, then organic chemistry will become a piece of cake for you. Okay, so haloform reaction, you would have learned that methyl ketones, okay, when treated with halogen and sodium hydroxide, okay, you will get the corresponding carboxylic acid, and this is your haloform. Okay, so what is happening ultimately? You see, you are replacing, this is your methyl ketone. What is the main ingredient for haloform reaction? Methyl ketones. You need a carbonyl group, okay, and then alpha methyl group, okay, directly attached to the carbonyl group. A methyl group directly attached to a carbonyl group. When you treat this with halogen, okay, in presence of sodium hydroxide, or the reagent could be NaOX, okay, hypohalide. Okay, so the CH3 would have been replaced with OH, and you will get this byproduct. This we call it as haloform. When we use the halogen as iodine, you will get CHI3. This is known as iodoform. When it is bromine, you will get bromoform. Okay, when it is chlorine, it is chloroform. So this is very important for detecting the methyl ketones, as it gives you yellow precipitate. So soon as you see yellow precipitate, it is a confirmation test for methyl ketones. Okay, so what is happening, students? See, CH3 is replaced with OH. So why we are using this reagent, I'll tell you. Can't this reaction will happen as it is? You see, I'm going to treat with sodium hydroxide, in which your sodium hydroxide is a nucleophile. Can I do like this straightly, as this polarization will happen? Okay, OH and CH3, when it comes back, this CH3 goes. Okay, is it not very simple, you may ask? No, this reaction is not at all possible. You see, this is a nucleophile. Then the CH3, okay, going out must be a nucleophile. But see the polarity here. See the polarity here, how it is polarized. You know the carbonyl are very much electron withdrawing group, isn't it? It has a strong inductive effect, okay, as well as it has a very it is a strong electron withdrawing group. So the polarity will be, it will have a partial negative charge, and this will be a partial positive charge. Okay, so a leaving group must be higher in electronegativity. It must possess a partial negative charge. It must be greater in electronegativity. But see the electronegative difference here. This is the carbonyl is more electronegative than the methyl. Okay, then how can you remove this methyl? So this is not possible. So we are going to change this polarity. If we change the polarity like this, okay, where carbonyl is partial positive and your methyl is partial negative, then this reaction is possible. How we are going to achieve this? Okay, for that we are going to change this methyl, okay, to CX3. See, the carbon we are going to replace all the hydrogen with the halogens. So what happened here? So this group has become higher in electronegativity when compared to the carbonyl group here. Understood? So the polarity here is partial positive and partial negative. Once we prepare this, then when you treat with sodium hydroxide, then easily it can undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. Easily you can replace this. Okay, so the logic is we are going to change all the CH3 to CX3, all halogen, okay, substituted carbon. So increasing its electronegativity, okay, rather making it easy to go as making it as a good leaving group. Before CH3 is not a good leaving group, we are turning into CH3, which is a very good leaving group. Okay, so how we are going to do this? You see, this is your haloform reaction. The reagents are your halogen, your sodium hydroxide, or it could be this two will react in a disproportionation reaction to give you the hypohalite. Okay, so your CH3 is replaced with OH and you will get the byproduct. I told you already. So how this reaction goes? What is the mechanism of this reaction? So first of all, what happens? Your sodium hydroxide is going to give you hydroxide ions. So it is just an acid base reaction. The first step, this is the rate determining step. Okay, simple. This is an acid base reaction. So you know this is an alpha methyl group which is adjacent to the carbonyl group. So this is what? Acidic in nature. This is acidic in nature and all these protons are acidic. Okay, so this is an acid base reaction. So the hydroxide is going to remove a proton from this methyl group. So you are going to get a negative charge here. Okay, so this negative charge is going to induce a partial positive and negative charge in the halogen we are going to use. So this will take a halogen. Okay, so minus X. This will take a halogen, and see we have replaced one hydrogen with one halogen. Okay, so this steps is going to take place 2 times again. Okay, so sodium hydroxide, it is going to remove a proton from here, so thereby creating a negative charge which then undergo a substitution with the halogen. So another one more hydrogen got replaced. CH2X got replaced, one more hydrogen got replaced, you are getting CHX2. So again do the step again, sodium hydroxide. Okay, so it is going to, this OH minus ion is going to remove this acidic proton. See, remember this hydrogen is becoming more and more acidic as we are substituting halogens here. We cannot stop the reaction right here because this acidity has increased very much due to the substitution of halogens. Okay, so this is very acidic, so it creates a negative charge here. Then again this carbon, negative charge here, so this carbon will again takes another halogen. Okay, so we have replaced all the hydrogen with the corresponding halogen. Okay, so this is a very reactive species. So what happens next? So easily what we aimed at can easily be achieved. So sodium hydroxide will go and attack this pi bond, this carbonyl. So in this molecule here, the carbonyl has a partial positive charge and this as a partial negative charge because we have increased the electronegativity of this one very much by substituting the halogens. Okay, so here then the pi bond polarizes like this. Okay, you have attached the hydroxyl group here and there is a CH3. When it comes back, so this is being very highly electronegative in nature, this group leaves like CX3 minus. And you know this is a carboxylic acid. So acids are very much acidic. They are known for donating protons. So what will happen? So immediately proton exchange will take place. This will donate proton to CX3 minus. Okay, so you will get CHX3. See, what is a counter ion here? Sodium plus, salt. While when you process with water, finally you will get your sodium will also get replaced with the corresponding hydrogen, not corresponding hydrogen, it will replaced with the proton. Okay, finally we process with water, that's all. Okay, you understood students? So how many hydroxyl we have used? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 molecules of sodium hydroxide we have used and halogen you see. So 1, 2, 3 and for this reaction you see we need 3 moles of halogen and 4 moles of sodium hydroxide for 1 mole of methyl ketone. So what is the necessary criteria students? We need a carbonyl and a methyl which is directly attached to the carbonyl. Okay, so this is your haloform reaction. You understood why we are using all these things, what is the logic behind? So here what could be the product? If I do So sometimes they will simply they will give excess like that. They will not give you 3 moles 4, but it is understood. Okay, so what first see the necessary criteria. Yes, I have a carbonyl and have a methyl directly attached. So what is the product? It will give you a positive test. So simply as soon as you see the reagent, replace this methyl with OH. That's all. Okay, and this CH3 would have been converted to CHX3. This hydrogen, you know where it came from. This hydrogen, okay, this CX3 is from the CH3 and H, okay, it came from here, and CH3 would have converted to the corresponding haloform. Okay, so here they are giving you like this. Okay, don't get confused. See, this is a secondary alcohol, and these your halogen in presence of sodium hydroxide is basically an oxidizing reagent. So first step, what happens, your secondary alcohol, isn't it? Secondary alcohol would get directly converted to corresponding ketone. Then after converting to ketone, your haloform reaction happens. So what will be the product? This CH3 replaced with OH. This CH3 replaced with OH, you will get the corresponding haloform. Okay, this is these kind of alcohols also capable of undergoing haloform reaction. Okay, but make sure that after oxidation it is giving you the methyl ketone. Okay, so let's see. Yes, necessary criteria is solved or not. Yes, you have a carbonyl and a methyl. Okay, yes, this will give you a positive test with haloform reaction. Yes, what will be the product? The ethyl group will be maintained and the carbonyl group. Okay, so for the replace the OH CH3 with the OH, and you will get the corresponding haloform. Okay, so they are asking whether this will undergo haloform reaction or not upon treating with sodium hydroxide. So what will happen, students? First of all, this is a secondary alcohol, so first step, it will undergo oxidation for sure. Okay, but then you see, is the condition satisfied? You have a carbonyl, but you don't have a methyl directly attached to the carbonyl. Here it is a methylene group, so overall it is an ethyl group, so it will not undergo, it will not show positive test for haloform reaction. It will not show positive haloform test. Okay, so here whether it will undergo or not. Okay, it is a secondary alcohol, so first step, it will undergo oxidation. Okay, so it is a phenyl, and here branch shows there is a CH2 here, and then this alcohol would convert to ketone. Okay, check whether the condition gets satisfied or not. Yes, you have a carbonyl and you have a methyl. Okay, directly attached. Yes, it will show a positive test. So what will be the product? Yes, it will show. So carbonyl and OH corresponding carboxylic acid, and you will get the corresponding haloform. Okay, students, I hope you understood. If you have any doubts, please ask me without any hesitation. Okay, if you like my videos, okay, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.